What is up, everybody? Welcome to 6.5, solving rational equations by graphing. No, not solving rational equations. We're going to solve it by graphing. So if you look at this equation, you can see the two solutions here and right here. It's roughly about negative 1.5 and about 13. So let's see how we got that. We're going to cross multiply x times x minus 2 equals 8 times x plus 5. And then we have x squared minus 2x equals 8x plus 40, right? And then we have x squared minus 10x minus 40 is equal to 0. And then after this, we can use a quadratic formula. 10 plus or minus the square root, negative minus negative 10 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 100 minus 4 times 1 times negative 40, so plus 160. Then divide that by 2a, so 2. This will get you 10 plus or minus square root of 260 over 2, and square root of 260 is roughly 16, about 16, so you'll get 13 or negative 1.5, because that's about 16. You will get 26 over 2. Actually, no, that's not negative 1.5, it's negative 3. What do you mean? What do I mean? Negative 3. There you go. So 13 or negative 3. Or negative 6 over 2. There you go. Sorry for that mistake. You can solve by cross multiplying. So I've already shown you the process of solving by cross multiplying. Right here. This is how you cross multiply. This is how you cross multiply right here. You take these two and you multiply them together. You take these two and you multiply them together. Same thing for this one. Take these two, multiply them together. Take these two, multiply them together, and then you get these. And you can check to see if the solutions are correct, right? But this equation has a solution. The solution is negative 5. However, when you put the solution in, you actually don't get any solution because they're both over 0, which is undefined. You can't do that. So you've got to check your solutions every single time, right? Okay, next page. Solving by adding or subtracting a common denominator. We've already went through this, I think, and we need some practice. But you just see what the other denominator doesn't have. So for example, this one, the other denominator doesn't have x plus 3 in it. It doesn't have x plus 3. Okay, let me use another color, red. It doesn't have x plus 3, and this denominator doesn't have 5. Doesn't have 5. So you have to multiply them by both the same amount, and you have to do this kind of thing, right? You have to do this kind of thing, right? Yeah, like that. And then you can multiply them all together, and then you'll get this. You'll get two fractions equal to each other. Then you can start cross multiplying, and then you'll get your answers, which is about 0.9 or negative 20.6. So that's solving with an extraneous solution. You solve it the exact same way. For example, okay, this is x squared minus 9, right? X squared minus 9 has x plus 3 and x minus 3 in it. This fraction has x minus 3, but it doesn't have x plus 3, so you gotta add the x plus 3 in here. X plus 3 both sides right here. This equation doesn't have the x minus 3, so you gotta multiply by x minus 3 both sides right here. Once you've multiplied all of that, you will get this. You will get this mess right here, and then after that you will solve everything, multiply everything. This comes out pretty nice. You'll get negative 3 halves and 3, right? You plug it all in, but look, This 3 is 3 right here. 3 minus 3 is 0. And this 3 squared minus 9 is also 0. So x cannot be equal to 3. Right? So it has to be the other, x cannot be equal to 3. So it has to be the other solution, negative 3 halves, because negative 3 halves clearly work. Okay, let's do some practice. 3 over 4 plus x equals 5 over x. Simple. We can just cross multiply. We will get 3x equals 5 times 4 plus x, which is 3x equals 20 plus 5x. So negative 2x is equal to 20. X is equal to negative 10. If you put negative 10 in either of these fractions, they don't give you 0. So it's a valid solution. Second one, cross multiply, same thing. 3 minus 5x times 1 minus 2x. I'll let you do this I'll let you do this in the paper. I'll give you 5 minutes to see if you can solve the equation. So 5 seconds. The 5 seconds is over. Okay, 3 minus 5x, 1 minus 2x, that is 10x squared. 10x squared minus 11x plus 3. Right, 10x squared minus 11x plus 3, and that's equal to 4x squared plus 11x plus 6. So now we transfer them all to one side. You will get 6x squared minus 22x minus 22x and then minus 3. You can solve this using the quadratic formula. 22 plus or minus square root 22 squared, which is 484, minus 4 times 6 times negative 3 plus 72 over 2a. It's 12, which will get you roughly 484 plus 72 is 556. So square root of 556 is roughly about 23.5. So let's replace that with 23.5. So 22 plus or minus 23.5 over 12, which will give you roughly 3.7 or negative 0.1. And those are your solutions. And if you put them both in here, it looks like they both are valid. They both do not give you a solution that is 0. So those are the first two problems. Take a picture or pause if you want to see the solutions, because I'm erasing right now. Okay, third problem. We have 3 over x plus 1/2 equals x over 6. This is really simple. What does this fraction have that this fraction doesn't have? As a denominator, it doesn't have the 2, so this doesn't have the 2. We multiply it by the 2. This doesn't have the x, so we multiply it by the x, right? This will give me 6 over 2x plus x over 2x is equal to x over 6, which will give us 6 plus x over 2x is equal to x over 6. So then we have 36 plus 6x, I multiplied it out in my head, equals 2x squared. Negative 2x squared is plus 6x plus 36 is equal to 0. Negative 2 multiplied by x squared minus 3x minus 18 equals 0. And this factors out extremely nicely to negative 2x minus 6, x plus 3 equals 0. And then x is equal to 6 and negative 3. So let's check if it works. So we put 6 in here, 6, 6. 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1. That works. 6 works, right? If we put -3 in there, -3 will get you -1 plus 1/2 equals -1/2. That works as well. 6 and -3 are both valid answers. -3 and 6. This one is 3.70. I think it was 3.7. Correct me if I am wrong. -10. Okay, the last function. X squared plus 8x plus 12 is x plus 6 times x plus 2. X plus 6, x plus 2. Okay, we all agree with that. So this one's missing x plus 2. And this one's missing x plus 6. So I'm going to multiply them all out together. You can work slowly, but I'm not going to work slowly. I have to multiply them all out together. You will get 4x plus 8. And I'm just going to put it all under a thing right now. X plus 2, x plus 6, and then x plus 6 multiplied by x minus 2 is x squared x squared plus 4x minus 12. And that's all equal to 3 of the same fraction. Now, since both of them are the same denominator, we can just remove the denominator. We really don't even have to cross multiply. It's just a waste of time. Minus 12, minus 12. It was minus 12. And that's equal to 3. We can eliminate everything. Now we have negative x squared. And then 4x minus 4x eliminates x, that's plus 20, is equal to 3. So subtract 20 on both sides. You will get negative x squared is equal to negative 17. So x squared is equal to positive 17. So x is equal to plus or minus square root of 17. And I'm pretty sure square root of 17 doesn't make any of these 0, so they are both valid answers. That's going to be it for today's episode. If you like today's episode, press the like button. Subscribe if you have not. And if you have any more support suggestions, please suggest them in the comments below. And I will see you next time for logarithms.